Thanks, Black Kalamawi. Also, let me appreciate and welcome the podcast, which is the Kalamawi Connects. You understand, for giving us the opportunity to speak with the world entirely. Now, Ikamalam, my name is Balungile, well known as Piriri. Surname is Sofuthi. Yes, indeed, I'm the former regional secretary of the ANC Youth League. Also the former branch secretary of Ward 8 John Alvin branch for 2 terms. Also the former secretary of Ward 8 deputy secretary of branch for 2 terms. The political arena in the Naguyo when black is that in politics of today, what I will encourage most in Dobana, normally these things happen in the ANC, where there's contestation, it's democracy, But one thing that we must not entirely emphasize is the divisions whereby others must decide in Dobana Bakumbe because of the processes. Remember, a position a council, it's only one. Now we will be having 4 candidates as an ambition to enter there. But ultimately, one person must be able to exercise or execute that position. Now, in ANC processes, just because most of the times women were deprived to occupy positions of power, then it was one of the policies that were adopted by the ANC to say, let's encourage Abandabango Mama. Let them feature in these political positions that are top, Hence now you would see the Women's League is championing this thing of saying Mama Epalin. Now in Ward 8, we're having 4 candidates, which is 2 women and 2 males. Fortunate enough, it was a history, where as young lions are also graduating in politics, eventually to say, let us have umdomcha ozabakone palin. Yes, one of those opportunities he exercised, which is comrade ulangeni ulutando known as Drago. We was now to feature in that position. Now this time around here, Ward 8, out of your contestation Puma, the outcome is city let comrade Lungisa, which is Umshira Pushwana, to be the one that becomes the candidate of Ward 8. While we're encouraging most of young people now to go out there and register themselves, because tomorrow and Sunday it's the registration IEC, where those who didn't get an opportunity to register themselves to vote, now they will have that opportunity to vote. Even people that wants to change themselves to different addresses, they will have that opportunity to change themselves so that come November 4th, they are able to vote. Now, in the ANC, we have this thing which was the perspectives. Now, perspectives sometimes they change as personal factions, While Apoko Piriri will see Ebebona Ukombre Tile, then the other one will see Kombre Tile. But eventually, in democracy, people must go with a majority. Now, you will find that you could submit a dispute on the basis of deliberately by leaders. It's because of those who are feeling the processes were not followed properly, but because of the ANC is a broad organization, it allows people in the Masukma Mele. Then if we found that the processes were not followed properly, then therefore low PGM or public meeting must be rerun. Then there are guidelines that are adopted by the National Executive Committee, which is everyone in the country must follow those guidelines. But within those guidelines, abanye babo baye babone discrepancies kuzo, which is, as members of the ANC, we must go back and sit down and review these guidelines, because in some instances it's very silent when it comes to, in terms of how do we then therefore nominate. For an example, you will see in the there's something that states, I think it's on whole 9, that states in the education, you know, you must have a minimum of grade 12. But when you check logically in the once people want you ewadini, more or less it will be silent in terms of applying that particular guideline, because the majority feels good, man, this particular candidate can lead us, you know, as long as a person is capable of reading and writing and be capable of engaging robustly to render services to the poor of the poorest in our societies, then that person is also now running what we call in the ANC the National Democratic Revolution. Because where we want to appeal ourselves to, it's our great masses. Now there's Ward 18. In East of Ward 18, there was never a woman candidate, Oye Balin. Now there's a former councillor, there's also a current councillor who were contesting in between. Now, apho khona eventually abantu bakwazileyo outsmart okanye showcase democracy that hey, this might be the candidate that we will wish for. You understand? Although there are disputes that is submitted, and we were told that they might go to a run. Then if he run, the wish that now will disseminate to comrades. We can differ, we can fight, it's allowed, it's normal in the ANC. But let's do not differ to an extent upper corner. We will divide each other as if we are enemies or we are opposition parties, because all of us, we are subjected under the banner of the ANC. All of us, we are subjected under the ideology of the ANC. A leader, him or her, will see you through the eye of the needle. You understand? Because if a society feels that it wants to work with you, the ANC got that opportunity power to register you and become a member if you are not a member. So that then la society that uzabe ikfuna uyikhokhela will be the one that is out the ANC, at least this particular point in time. You were able to listen to us and give us a councillor that we thought that start as a step forward. You understand? So those are the gist. As like today, we will be attending Ward 17 public meeting. Napana processes went through. They've combined a public yabo ne PGM, where your membership is less than 50%. Then therefore you need to combine a public ne PGM. But where Apokoni membership is above 50%, of which we have 100 plus, then you are correcting it to 50%. Then you are eligible to go to your PGM public meeting and the last final PGM. But Apokoni yung membership is less corner, then we done 50%. They have to do it public. Then Apokoni in the result Yakupa Ukombe, which is the current councillor, to be the one that becomes the number one again. Then other companies have felt in the processes will not follow properly, then they've disputed in Abo. Hence now they are going to a run today. Iobana public might also Ibonis in Dobana, is it endorsing the very same person, or things might change now, but because it was the politics you want to lead. Yeah.
So what is your message in 30 seconds?
My message would be, we are facing a serious crisis where the ANC at large, nationally, provinces, regions, even into branches, we are in tatters, we are bleeding. Let us unite, let us renew, let us make sure whoever that went through, let us fix things as time goes. But the ANC at this point in time needs its masses, needs its people. Abanbetu, they still love the ANC. But what they want is to see the ANC that is progressive, the ANC that will be able to render services like the old times, what they fought for. Because remember, Mumbuto Koko Oalwelwayo, blood had split it up. Now those comrades need to be honored in their names, making sure that the revolution still goes forward and will continue. Mandla.